Hey everyone, Aaron from Technical here, and this is my review of Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask for the Nintendo 3DS. Once again, thank you to Nintendo for sending this out to me for review. I have absolutely loved playing this game. I'm not finished beating it, but let's continue. So, if you don't know, Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask picks up on the long continuing story of Professor Layton and his mini puzzle adventures. This is just a recap of what was happening in the story. But as I understand it, there is a masked individual who wears, looks like almost like a pumpkin mask, who's this masked individual who's been going around turning people into stone, like Medusa. And Professor Layton and his assistant are walking around this town trying to figure out who this masked man is. And as you've seen in previous Professor Layton installments, there are many different puzzles that you end up having to solve. So I will go ahead and solve one for you here on camera. Let's see. So this one, mangled math. I will go ahead and solve this one on camera. So, mangled math. Puzzle 26. So, Dalston has posed a math problem to Herschel. It's written on a homework sheet, but it's torn in several places, making it very difficult to read. Dalston smirks as he watches Herschel examine the puzzle, and with an air of self-satisfaction he says, "Still struggling? But this is the simplest math problem ever. Can you help Herschel work out the number to the problem, write down the answer?" So this is what you're presented with, and at first glance, it looks like it's a really difficult math equation with certain chunks of the equation left out because the paper's torn. But, so your first question is, well, how do you go about solving this? Well, keep in mind how the paper is actually, how it's facing you, and take in mind his position. Look at where he's looking at it. And yes, I've already solved this puzzle, so I actually know how you go about solving it. But let's go ahead, and I want you to write the answer down here. But here is, oh, actually all the hints are, I had looked at hints before, but it looks, you know, you start looking through the paper and you're trying to figure out exactly where something looks like you'll be able to figure it out. You start maybe looking here or here, and it still looks kind of confusing. But just for the sake, I'm going to unlock a hint. So, just smoothing out the creases won't help. There are some necessary parts of the equation missing that make it impossible to solve. However, Dalston seems convinced that it's a simple problem. Surely he wouldn't say that about a multiple variable equation. What's going on? So there's something that he knows that we don't know. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and unlock the other hint. Why does Dalston, who's standing right in front of Herschel, find it so much easier to solve? So his position does make some type of a difference. He's looking at the homework sheet upside down. Shouldn't that just make it harder to read? Try looking at it upside down. So, upon flipping over your 3DS, some things kind of start to come into view. Those missing parts of the paper aren't actually just there for show. You can clearly make out the 1, 7 minus 2. See, that wasn't necessarily visible to you when you're looking at it, you know, when it wasn't upside down, but all this other stuff written on the paper is irrelevant. So you end up finding out that it's 17 minus 2. Well, what is 17 minus 2? It's 15. Come on. So right now it's 9, sorry. 15. And then you just go ahead and submit that.
Here goes.
There you go. So you completed the puzzle. This puzzle takes quite some time to complete, and there you can see 17 minus 2, and then, you know, hope that you figured it out. But I haven't beat this game yet. It's fun to play, and if you're a fan of Professor Layton and his game series, then I definitely recommend you go out and buy it. It has enough content and extra puzzles, including downloadable puzzles for an entire year. So if you're a puzzle fiend, you have a whole 365 days of puzzles coming your way via download. But the people who love puzzles, who love Professor Layton, who love the 3DS, because that's what it's made for, you will enjoy playing Professor Layton, the Man with the Mysterious Mask. But that was just my quick review. It may have not as been as in-depth as some other reviews, but I highly recommend you go out and pick this up. I've enjoyed playing it, and I'm going to finish beating it. Thank you once again to Nintendo for sending this my way. I've had a blast playing it, and I hope more come out in the near future. This was Aaron from Technoco. Stay tuned for more reviews and information on tech and video games, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.